What an awesome park for our picnic.
It looks so peaceful.
Meowth. Wait, did you hear that?
Hear what?
Look over there.
How was I supposed to know you dug a trap over there, Meowth? You're supposed to do what I tell you.
No one works around here except me. I gotta get things done.
I take offense at that.
I've been down in that pit for hours.
Good. Then maybe you had some time to think about how despicable you are at catching Pokémon.
Oh, so we're the only reason we haven't caught any Pokémon lately?
That's right.
Well, I will give you the opportunity to apologize to me, Meowth, since you're the one who messed up here.
You make me so angry.
I'm the one who's angry. You can apologize too, James.
Me? What did I do?
Man, that Team Rocket sure gets angry at each other.
So much for being a team, right? Let's not ever get like that, okay, Ash?
Deal. I mean, everyone gets angry sometimes, but there are probably better ways to handle it.
Hey, let's call Quinn. He knows about this stuff.
Hi, Ash and May. How's it going?
Well, we're fine.
You and your stupid plans, Meowth.
But some people definitely aren't.
Jessie fell in one of Meowth's traps, and now Team Rocket is really angry with each other.
Well, everyone gets angry sometimes, and people can have understandable reasons to be angry, but you don't have to let your anger control you.
So there is a way to not act like that?
Definitely. You see, anger can be just like that trap Jessie fell into. If you don't control your anger, you can fall in pretty deep.
Like Team Rocket.
And anger isn't always about other people. You can be angry at yourself, and that can be hurtful too. But with free, you don't have to stay trapped.
We have enough traps to deal with because of Team Rocket. It'll be good to figure out how to avoid this one.
Okay, first step. Find names for your emotions. If you can name what you're really feeling, you can keep from thinking you're angry when you're really just hurt or disappointed. There are no bad emotions, only emotions that are difficult to deal with. Anger isn't a fun feeling, but like all emotions, you can use it as a tool to tell you what changes you need to make so you can feel better.
I was angry after losing a contest once. I thought it would just go away. But I only got angrier, and I even started to feel a little sick.
That makes sense. Always pay attention to how your body feels, because it can tell you when your anger is growing. You might have a headache or stomach pains. You could feel flushed or even shaky. When your anger starts to grow like that, it's called escalating, and that's something you have to watch out for.
But what if our anger has already grown? Is there anything we can still do?
Even though you might already be pretty angry, it's never too late to do something positive about it. That brings us to the second step. Respect others.
How will that help us with our own anger?
Treating people badly will only make you and others feel worse. It'll just make that trap even harder to get out of. Give yourself some time alone so you can deal with your emotions and calm down.
But what can we do to calm down?
The third step is about letting go of all those difficult feelings. Emotional release. There's lots of ways that you can release those emotions. You can write about your feelings or tell someone you trust about them. Exercise can help too.
Those are all things we can do. Piece of cake.
Well, it won't always be easy. Sometimes you can do all of those steps and still be angry. When that happens, you'll see that anger takes up a lot of your energy, and that energy should be used to change the situation that's bothering you.
If I lost a big battle, well, I could be angry for a while.
And that's okay. What's important is to take that angry energy and use it to take action. When you're angry at yourself or someone else, you have to look closely at the situation that's making you angry and face that problem so you can change it. To do that, sometimes you'll have to let a friend or a teammate know that you're angry.
But how can I let someone know that I'm angry and still show respect?
I statements are a great way to express yourself and show respect. I statements tell each other how you feel without placing blame on the other person. Instead of saying, "You call me names and that's wrong," put the focus on how you feel by using the I statement, "I feel bad when I'm called names."
These are all great tips, Quinn. Thanks.
Always glad to help. See ya and stay free.
All that talk about anger made me hungry. Let's get back to our picnic.
If you don't stop talking about that trap, I'm gonna dig you a new one.
You and your stupid plans, Meowth.
We're gonna have to go somewhere else, Ash.
Maybe we should try and help.
Team Rocket? Really?
Hey, if they can control their anger, then everyone around here will get a little more peace and quiet.
Just when things couldn't get worse, here's the twerps.
We couldn't help it over here.
That we're having some problems over here. Tell me about it.
What I can tell you is that you can control emotions like anger that don't make you feel good.
Emotions? Us? I don't see any emotions around here.
Well, you already know that you're angry. You've just named how you feel. Now you just need to show some respect.
Respect? Us?
Then find some way to relieve your emotions and put that angry energy to better use.
And try to find out what the anger is telling you about what needs to be changed in your life or in your friendships.
Then make those changes.
Do you hear anything, James?
Only the sound of someone being a twerp.
I guess we'll never see Team Rocket get out of this trap.
But you can figure out how they could. Click on the best way Team Rocket could handle each situation. With every correct answer, you'll show how they could get rid of that trap.
I got stuck in Meowth's trap. I'm dirty, my hair's messy, and I could just scream.
Shout at Meowth about her emotions since the trap was his fault. Ask James to help her get back at Meowth. Name her emotion of anger and realize that if she ignores that anger, it could escalate. Great! Naming your emotions, whether they're anger, frustration, or sadness, can help you know how you feel so you can deal with your problems.
I'm angry at Jessie and James. We never catch any Pokémon for the boss.
Meowth should tell James and Jessie that it's their fault. He should blame himself for getting angry. He should have some time alone so he can calm down before talking with Jessie and James about the problem. Good job. If Meowth has some time alone, he can release his emotions and begin to control that anger before it escalates.
Meowth keeps saying I'm lazy. It makes me really angry.
Argue with Meowth about how much work he does because it's not fair that James's work isn't recognized. Tell Jessie to call Meowth names. James should write about his feelings and find a calm way to tell Meowth that being called lazy makes him feel bad. Alright, writing about your feelings is a way to release them. And when you've released that anger, you'll be able to speak to your friends in a respectful way.
Meowth didn't consult me on this plan. We're supposed to be a team. He makes me so mad.
Ignore Meowth. Make James talk to Meowth. Take action by using an I statement to tell Meowth that she feels left out. You bet. Taking action by using an I statement can help you change the situations that make you angry.
Meowth thinks he knows everything. It's so frustrating that I'm getting a headache.
Ignore his headache and try to prove to Meowth that he's not the only one who knows how to catch Pokémon. Tell Meowth that the headache is his fault. Pay attention to how his body feels, because it's sending a message that he needs to deal with his anger before it escalates. That was awesome. By paying attention to our bodies, we can learn about our emotions. The trick is to catch that anger before it grows.
I'm angry because James and Jessie won't do any of the work for this plan.
Tell Jessie and James how lazy they are. Do all the work by himself. Show respect for Jessie and James by controlling his anger and telling them how he feels when he's calmed down. Way to go! Showing respect for others keeps you from creating even more anger. You have to be able to deal with your feelings without hurting others.
Yay! You did it!
I got out of that trap all by myself. Thank you very much.
Not as fast as I would have.
Let's test you and find out.
Now that we've seen how Team Rocket could handle their anger, why don't you give it a try? Remember, anger can be a trap. Click on the best way to control your anger, and you'll be free to run through the path.
You're angry with yourself for not doing well at a soccer game. What should you do? Keep thinking about your mistakes for the next few days, because if you focus on how bad it feels, maybe you'll do better next time. Stop thinking about your mistakes. Take action by naming your emotions and release those emotions through activities that calm you so you can focus on the next big game.
Awesome! You're in an argument with a friend and he started to call you names. What should you do? Continue the argument. It'll have to end eventually. Raise your voice to make yourself heard. Walk away and spend some time alone so you don't disrespect your friend. When you feel like you can speak to him calmly, use an I statement.
You got it! You're angry because a neighbor borrowed your bike without asking for permission. What should you do? Take something of your neighbor's so you're even. Tell others not to trust the neighbor because they need to know that they should keep their bikes locked up. Talk to someone you trust about it so you can release your emotions. Maybe they can even help you find a solution.
Good thinking. You become flushed and shaky when a classmate takes all the credit for a project. What should you do? Try to act as if everything's okay. Tell everyone that your classmate didn't do as much work as you did. Recognize that your body is telling you that you're angry and start to deal with the anger before it escalates.
Way to go! Your parents gave you too many chores and you're angry. What should you do? Tell your parents right away how unfair they're being. Don't do the work because it's unfair. Write about your emotions before talking to your parents, and then use an I statement to tell them how you feel.
All right! A friend damaged your book and didn't apologize. What should you do? Ignore how you feel. It's just a book. Demand an apology from your friend. Name your emotions about the situation so you can understand how you feel and decide how to speak to your friend.
You got it!
Nice work! Too bad Team Rocket can't work it out the way you can.
Are you saying we can't handle our anger, Twerp?
I think that is what the twerp's saying, Jessie.
I happen to be an expert in dealing with anger.
There you go again, always thinking you're better than me.
Better than us.
I wasn't talking to you, James.
Well,
But if I was talking to you, I'd say that I think we all just need a little time alone to calm down.
And if I was talking back to you, then I'd be saying that I'm sorry for setting that trap.
I guess that's as good as Team Rocket's gonna get at dealing with anger.
Mission accomplished. And now we can get on with our lunch.
And that's definitely putting positive energy to use.
Bingo!
Let's try that again. Taking your anger out on others doesn't help. What does Jessie need to do before she can begin dealing with her anger? Should she check to see how she's feeling? Let's try that again. Taking your anger out on others doesn't help. What does Jessie need to do before she can begin dealing with her anger? Should she check to see how she's feeling? Try again. Blaming others or yourself doesn't really fix the problem. How could Meowth try to change the situation and still show respect to others? Let's try that again. Arguing and name-calling aren't solutions. What would be a good way for James to release his feelings of anger so he can deal with the problem? Try again. Ignoring the problem or making someone else deal with it doesn't help. What's a respectful way that Jessie could try? Let's try that again. Ignoring the messages our bodies send us or blaming others won't change anything. Think about how our bodies can warn us about anger before it grows. You can do it.
I'm angry because James and Jessie won't do any of the work for this plan.
Do all the work by himself. 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 Do all the work.
Try again. How could Meowth deal with the situation so he's fair to himself and his friends? What option would change things in a respectful way?
Try again. Try again. You're angry with yourself for not doing well at a soccer game. What should you do?